Okay, guys, I want to talk to you about something that's pretty pressing right now. It's not scary, but it's terrifying. That makes any sense. Yeah, unconventional warfare. You're like, oh man, what are you talking about this on YouTube and Facebook for? Well, the reason I'm talking about this is because as a fellow American, my eyes are wide open. I see what's coming. I see what's going on. And the table is set, folks. The table is fully set for our enemies to take advantage of us. I mean, Trump just won the election. The Democrats' backs are up against the wall. There are so many people in our government that is corrupt, treasonous, and they know they're going to get caught if they don't stop Trump from taking over. They know that their lives are on the line. Their livelihood, their bank accounts, their freedom is on the line if they don't stop Trump, because they have done nothing but ravage, rape, and pillage our country up to now. And the tide has shifted and their backs are against the wall. So they are very, very dangerous right now. That is the first thing. The second thing is the table is set for our enemies. What does that mean? Well, first of all, the personnel are here. They have let millions cross the border. Millions of military-aged males have crossed the United States borders, and they are here among us. They are living among us. They are training. They're here. The second thing is they are easily equipped. How do you easily equip them? Well, it's pretty simple. They can go anywhere and basically get any kind of weapon system they want. They can make any kind of weapon or explosives that they want. It's easy to do that. No matter where you are, it's easy to make explosives out of just everyday household materials. Gunpowder is bought easily. So they're easily equipped, and our own government is equipping them. How do I know that? Because we are sending millions of dollars per week to the Taliban. We are sending our enemies millions and millions of dollars. All they're doing is turn around and spending that money back against us by sending people across our borders to come inside our country and train and prepare for homeland attacks on us inside our own borders. I'm telling you, people, it's coming. You need to be ready. So the third part of this, the first part is they got the personnel here. The second part is they are equipped. And the third part is training. There has been many, many training bases found around the United States. There has been one even found in our county here in Florida, out in the woods. There are people training. They're hiding among us. They're living like they're just regular everyday workers or whatever, and they're training. They were trained probably before they ever got here, but they're certainly training more now. They're equipped, they're training, and they're here. You think they're doing that just for the fun of it? The fourth part is, number 4, is they are dedicated. And the reason they're dedicated, a good example is a Chinese that comes across our border, single-age male or middle-aged male, fighting-age male, I should say, their families are back in China being held at gunpoint so that that guy will do what he's supposed to. And we're not even going to talk about the Middle Easterns that came across our border. There's millions of them, And then our own government, our treasonous ass government, has put them on planes and flew them all around America, disseminated them across America in different cities. Now, think for a moment if you had 10 highly trained individuals, just 10, in a major city, doing things like sniper operations, planting bombs, vest, a explosive vest. These kind of people are dedicated to fight till the death. They're not like everyday people. They are here to die for their cause. Just 10 individuals, I'm telling you, could easily take over. I know they could easily take over our local sheriff's department. And I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying that they're not as trained. But what I'm saying that, I am saying they're not as trained as 10 dedicated individuals are. If you go to the local sheriff's department, there'll be 1 or 2 very trained people. There'll be a SWAT team that's very trained. But the average everyday police officer is too busy to do a lot of training. They're too tired. They're working a lot of shifts. And you ask them, when's the last time you trained with your weapon? Well, we qualify once every 6 months or whatever. Unsatisfactory. When's the last time you do you know how to use a tourniquet? Do you even carry a tourniquet? Unsatisfactory. A lot of it. I know it. I see it every day. They're too busy to do special training. These terrorists that are coming across our border, that's all they do is train. And just 10 individuals in a city the size of Jacksonville or Tampa could bring the city to its knees. Number 5, our government and our local people aren't ready. We just talked about that a little bit. There is no way that our local police and sheriff's offices are ready for a trained terrorist attack. They are only reactive, and they're going to react to a disaster that they cannot handle. It's real simple. How do I know this? How do I know this? Because you see it all over our country. Whenever a call is made, it's real simple. A police officer shows up, they get ambushed. And I know that here in Florida, they're giving anti-ambushing classes. What is that going to do for you? If you get a call and you think you're going to a barking dog and you get ambushed, I mean, you're one on 3 or 4, 1 on 5, whatever's there, you have no chance. So if there's a dedicated trained person or trained group, then it's going to be hard. Now, I want to talk about some of the targets that we can look out for that they may hit that will cause us big problems. And I know on my videos, I have a lot of people like sheriffs and stuff that listen to my videos. And if you're listening and you're a deputy or a sheriff or police officer, I want to rattle your cage. And I know you're sitting there going, oh, shut up. I don't want to hear you talk about it. I want to implore you to train more. I want you to be paranoid about this stuff. I want you to look at this stuff closer. The things that they will probably hit, their target package list will probably be something like our water supply, which usually just has a padlock on a gate. Our grid system. I drive by our grid system all the time. It just has a chain link fence around it. Easy to take down. Hazardous material and transportation. Railroads that come through all the time with tons and tons and tons of hazardous material. Simple, easy to disrupt that. Mass gatherings. Mass gatherings. We have a lot of mass gatherings. And yes, I know they have, magnetometers and all this kind of crap, when you go into like a football game or something, but they do let you wear jackets. And on the way up to it, there are thousands of people herded up in areas that aren't checked. So stay away from mass gatherings, concerts, football games, crap like that. Stay away from it. Our air traffic, easy to penetrate. It's simple to go to a local airport, cut one lock, steal a plane, and now you're in the air with whatever you want to spread or do. Our schools have gotten much better, but they're still really, really vulnerable to a 10-man team that's very trained. Our churches, these people are they have an ideology that basically wants to destroy anybody that doesn't believe like them. So they are going to work hard on destroying our religious system. Our military bases is also on that list. As you can tell, they're flying drones over the military bases. They're probing. They're driving up to the gate out in the, I think it's Arizona. They drove up to the gate and shot at the gate guards to see what they would do. They are probing our defenses. It's real simple. They can have someone deliver pizza inside to the barracks. If all you need is one gate guard that's not really on it, and they've just wiped out a barracks. So you guys need to really, really get on it. Our internet is a huge one. They hack in the internet all the time. They take our phones down. They take our computers down. They can go on the internet and take certain things down, and they can make a nuclear facility basically overheat. So internet is a huge one, and they can attack that from sitting in their comfort of their own little living room in Russia or China or Iran. Number 11, our refineries. Our refineries are so easy to hit. Big fuel dumps, big fires cause a lot of problems, and we don't have that many refineries because our government doesn't give very many permits for refineries. Our leaders are very vulnerable. Very vulnerable. I don't know any of our local politicians. Their homes are not even really very secure. They get up every day, they walk out their car, they get in, they drive to work, they get out, they walk. It's so simple. A 10-man team, a one-man team can take them out easily. That's just a small target package that I feel like they're going to hit some of that stuff, or maybe all of that stuff, and it's going to be soon. And I hate to say it, but I think some of our own people are going to help them. Some of these people that have their back against the wall, that know that their livelihood is on the line because they have done so much corruption, they have done so much treasonous stuff, and they don't want it to be found out. They have been to the island, the Epstein Island. They know that their end is near, and their back is against the wall. So they will do anything to disrupt our country, to destroy our country, to save themselves. That's what this little drone thing is. I can imagine the amount of destruction that they can bring on America with just basic civilian drones like the ones that I own. They're easy to weaponize. They're easy to defeat any kind of our air defense that we have. We don't have air defenses that can stop drones. We don't have air defenses that can stop mortars. And a small mortar team can wreak havoc on a city, on a military base, anything. A drone, a mortar team, a sniper team, this unconventional type warfare, they're not going to come and attack us with a mass army to start with, and they might send them eventually. They're going to attack us with small teams, like the ones that have crossed the border, that are sitting waiting for their orders. And they are going to attack with things like drones, poisons in our water and our food. They're going to get a job at a water purification plant, and they're going to wreak havoc. They're going to join our military as a basic recruit, and they're going to work the gates, and they're going to let those people in. They're going to sit outside our military bases with mortar teams, and they're going to hammer our aircraft and stuff that are sitting just open on the tarmac. Open your eyes, people. You better get ready. These tyrants that have been in power are not going to give up power so easily. Our enemies that hate us, that we have been hammering for years, are looking for their pound of flesh. So, I don't mean to scare you, but I do mean to motivate you to prepare yourself and get out there and start training. You need to be trained on medical. You need to be trained on self-defense. You need to be trained on security. You need to stay away from mass events. You need to be ready. You need to have night vision. You need to have your own drones. Stop wasting your money on bullshit and start putting it in things like food, water, ammo. You people that when this hurricane came through, we had 3 or 4 good hurricanes come through here. 2 days later, I don't have any food. If you were out of food 2 days after hurricane, you have not been listening to me. Get your shit together. Things are going to get hard. They're going to get worse before they get worse. And I don't mean to sit and just preach doom and gloom, because there is a bright side to this. But you're going to have to work through it. And you can sit there and say, well, God's just going to save me. God is saving you. He is telling you to prepare. He is giving you the opportunity to build skill sets, to stock your pantry, to get your beans and bullets together, beans, bullets, and Band-Aids together. He is telling you that. He is giving you free classes. He is parting the Red Sea for you. He is bringing the burning bush to you. It's up to you to react and do the right thing for you, your family, and your fellow warriors. So go out and go out and prepare yourself, your family, and your fellow warriors